What's going on, everybody? Payneblade back here again with the first ever Will of Shinobi video. Yes, guys, this is a brand new Naruto RPG, completely knockoff. A lot of stuff is being stolen from Blazing and other games, and I've actually dealt with this developer before, so I'm going to actually go ahead and cover this game. And I tell you why. The reason why I had to shut down my other video was because of some editing issues, but also because the moment I put on the cutscene, there was copyright infringement instantly because it stole some of the copyright stuff from Storm. So, with that being said, here's how the game works. It's an action RPG. Okay, so here you are. You're getting the initial combat. It's pretty much basic attacks. There's a couple jutsus. There you go. You got 4 different moves plus an ultimate and a dodge. So this game actually is not bad. Now, this developer, if you guys have never heard of them before, has another game that's very similar to this. Has the same font and layout. The only difference is the game plays differently. It's a turn-based RPG, and that game is called Ultimate Konoha Storm. I played that game pretty religiously before I played Tribes. Actually, that was my go-to Naruto game, but I knew it was an unlicensed Naruto game that was eventually going to be shut down, and lo and behold, it's still going. So I mean, it's been a couple years, and I mean, they're still making it work. But here you go. You can see the animation is not bad. The actual fight scenes are pretty good. Overall, guys, I mean, not the worst game you could possibly play here if you're looking for a brand new Naruto game, but keep in mind it is not a licensed game. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to actually tell you guys what it's all about. We're going to go through some of the actual fight scenes. We'll go ahead and create a username, which is what's going to end up happening right now, and I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about the developer. We're going to look at the different options in this game, the different menus, what's available to you, what kind of game it is, and whether you should actually invest some time, and let alone should I invest any time. So I want to hear back from you guys. Do I put my time and effort into this game to cover it, even though knowing it's an unlicensed game from Bandai? And I can tell you now, a lot of these unlicensed games are better than Bandai games, so that is credit to them. And secondly, Bandai should be learning from some of these games because they're knocking you off and doing a better job. And lastly, some of these games just last for a very long time, even though we're unlicensed. So there you go. I was going to show you guys how this works out. It starts off with the cutscene, of course, and this is the menu. Essentially, there's a lot of menus. You guys have probably seen this in another quote-unquote MMORPGs. This is not an MMORPG. It just plays like one, but it really isn't. It's not an open world. It's a very linear world. It's very similar to other games where it's a 3-star system. You know, your character has X amount of health. You don't die. You finish at a certain amount of time. You do certain moves, and you'll get these jutsu. So there you go. You start off with Naruto first. Okay, so it is the kid version, the teenage version of Naruto. You have the basic attack just like Hiruzen did. You have a regular jutsu, and you have a secondary jutsu, and then you have an ultimate jutsu. And the ultimate jutsu for me right now is currently unlocked, or is locked in. So advanced to unlock is what it says. That'll be the button there. So as you can see here, we start off from the beginning of the story. We find Mizuki with for the scroll. They do obviously do some changes to the story and add in extra things. But right now, from my experience of playing this and the other versions of this game, the game itself actually is playable for 3 characters. So you can play as Naruto, as you can see here I'm currently playing, and as you advance in the story and you rank him up, there's a star ranking system. You go from I think it's from B to A to S and then SS. So when you go to A, he becomes the Naruto from Shippuden, and then when you go to S, he becomes the Kurama Naruto, KCM, and then lastly he becomes a 6th path Naruto. And then, as you can see here, there's a gacha system here for gear. There's a gacha system here for other shinobis, and I'll explain to you how other shinobis work. But let's go through the summoning. I actually like the summoning system. It looks really nice. This is an upgrade to what they were doing before. But this whole layout, guys, the entire interface is literally a carbon copy of their other game. So here you go. So you can see other players around there. It does again play like an MMO in that regard. It is a linear game, non-open world, so you can play with your friends though. There are different modes. There's PvP, there's group PvP, there's a capture the flag style, there's a free-for-all essentially, and there's different modes. So there's normal mode for players to play in the adventure. There's elite mode, and then there's boss mode, which is the hardest obviously, and you collect fragments, you collect different types of gear and stuff as you complete the story. And it is a fragment based game, guys. So what that means is when you do a summon, you're not summoning always for a character. Sometimes you won't even get a character. Sometimes you're just going to get fragments, like 3 or 4 of them out of 180, and you have to keep collecting on a long time in order to do this. And there is a VIP system for actual recharge, which means this game is out to get your money. And I can tell you now, from somebody who wailed in one of the previous versions of this game, it is not worth your time, because what ends up happening is the game is fun, it's great, and honestly I encourage you guys to play it. It actually is a fun game. And fun is, I mean, relative to what you think is fun, right? There's more to do than, let's say, Tribes. It's less grindy than Voltage, and I think it's less turn-based than Blazing. So it's got a little bit for everybody. But with that being said, You can do auto as well, and the thing with auto is it doesn't actually do your specials for you. You actually have to still press the buttons. As you can see here, he's just doing the regular moves. I'm not pressing anything there. So none of my buttons are actually being pressed in the bottom. So you can just see it's just basic attack. So auto, you actually still have to participate. The AI is not smart enough to actually do the moves on your behalf, unfortunately, right? So as I was saying, so if you're going to play this game, do free to play. And the reason why is all the VIP system that you have that give you extra perks or extra shinobis, you know, they'll give you like, here's a free shinobi if you do a first charge. Those kind of things are great and they're easy to get shinobi, and you may feel like you're advancing faster, but I can tell you now, these kind of games, what they end up doing is the moment the license part of it gets into effect, a lot of these games end up changing their name, and you sometimes lose your entire progress, which means you lose your money, right? So yeah, so I mean, this game has quests, it has side quests, it has main quests, it has daily missions, of course. It's gonna have like the spinning of the wheel roulette. As you can see here, it does somewhat follow the storyline. Mizuki's attacking Iruka Sensei, and then these two, you know, I think they were in it to some extent, but not necessarily these two exact characters. So like it's gonna follow the story to some extent here, guys, but it's gonna obviously waver a little bit because of the licensing and the rights to this game. So that's another thing to keep in mind. But again, it's still a free-to-play game if you're willing to wait. Now I will say, with the last time I played this version, the game did heavily rely on pay to win. It did, and even for a whale like myself, I realized that how like with tribes, for example, we can do a simple, you know, be patient, you'll get this, but there's a lot of things that hide behind paywalls here, like certain characters you can't even get unless you pay for them. So they're gonna have things like that where like you'll pay, I don't know, like $600 for example, right? And you'll be able to get this character, these many dupes for him, and max them out. So those are the kind of things this game will do. So if you're patient enough and you don't mind just having fun with it, it's actually worth playing. So here we go. I'm fighting one of the bosses right now, as you can see here, and this is what I was talking about auto. See, I actually have to press the movements. You can see the cooldowns on each of on the timers, and I think the way it moves right now is the first move is the 1,000 Years of Death that Kakashi does to Naruto. The second is a spin move, and the third is one of the line roars kicks, I think, that he does to Sasuke, and the last one is Kage Bunshin, which he summons a shadow clone of himself, right? So and there you go. As you progress, they'll give you rewards for doing so. As you can see here, I'm about to do a summon. So this is advanced summon, where you can get the better shinobi from S rank to SS, and then there is a normal, which you can get rares and blues, which I think are commons. There you go. So that's 40 equals 1 rare, right? So that's how it works. And you saw the refragments, it wasn't the actual characters. You have to go in here and unlock him, and when you do, he becomes something called a partner. Now, the way the partners work, guys, is Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura are the heroes. So essentially, they're the ones you will be using at all times. Partners are ones that follow you, essentially. You put them in your lineup like I'm doing right now, okay, and they will follow you throughout the entire battle. They'll increase your power as you level them up as well, too, and you level their jutsus up, and you can actually press their icon and use their specials. And there you go. This is what I was talking about. See, the first recharge gives you Kakashi. So this is what I mean. Like this is how they start getting you, right? So that's the one thing to keep in mind, is this game will be out to get your money. So as long as you can resist, play this. It's actually a lot of fun. So there you go. This is what I was talking about, the common partners, and then you can summon gear as well. So gear is something that only the heroes can wear at the moment that I've noticed. There are mounts as well, so you can actually get like Akamaru, you can get the salamander from Hanzo. So there's a lot of different things in this game that is offered that a lot of other games don't offer. And here's some of the characters, right? The partners. Here's Madara Uchiha, the only other SS outside of Naruto. Naruto is the only other SS that can become 6-path at the moment until they decide to release more characters. And this is what they end up doing. This developer's notorious. They bring out a ton of characters at a time, and they let you spend a ton of money so you can get these characters. But here we go. Madara is available as an SS if you want to pay for him. You can actually go up to 7 stars, not just 5, so you can unlock further additions, but you need duplicates, and that's where they get you, is those duplicates. Not only the characters, but you need to duplicate them just like in any other game. Here's Itachi, and I have to say, my boy Shiny covered this a little bit, and he talked about it. The intros are fantastic, and I kid you not, guys, like this game, you can see their moves on the right there. These are the things they normally do, right? Until you press their icon. Like those are the 2 normal moves, and then you see their face icon. That's the jutsu that you can perform by pressing them. So the partners do a ton of damage, and especially the higher up you go, the more they do. And obviously the S rank and SS rank are going to outdo damage wise the A rank and the B rank, etc., right? So here's Conan. I mean, like, there's a ton of cool characters in this game already. There's going to be Hanzo the salamander, there's Onki already, there's Zetsu, there's Kabuto with the Richimaru. I mean, you name it. There's B, Tobi. Like, that's then look at like the animation's not bad looking. It's a little choppy, it's a little quirky. I mean, you can kind of tell, you know, some of the landings and stuff don't land when they throw a shuriken. It doesn't actually look like they're throwing it. It's like out of their hands. But I mean, it's there, and it's kind of cool to have that. So yeah, so partners, you essentially have them follow you. They level you up. They power you up with their skills, and your power increases as well too. And as you can see, they're all fragment based, right? Like you need 120 to get an S character. You need 180, or is it 150? It's 180 to get an SS character, and I think you need like 80 to 100 to get an S to an A character. But this is where your patience has to come in. It's going to be very hard to unlock these characters one at a time. You probably will never get a lot of these characters in this game unless you plan to spend, and that's where they get you. So the last game I played, Ultimate Konoha Storm, was a turn-based 6-on-6 Naruto game, very, very similar to how Tribes played, except that it was 6-man on the field at the same time, not 3. And their jutsus were fantastic. The animation was great. Everything was amazing. The music was even the exact same. So these guys are stealing artwork. They're taking music from the original show. They're taking animation from Storm, Ultimate Storm. They're pretty much, and this is pretty smart, I have to say. They're waiting. They're doing this at a perfect time where Blazing is shutting down, and there's a gap now for players. A lot of people don't want to go to Tribes. A lot of people don't want to do Voltage. They want something brand new. And this developer, notorious as they are, and I tell you why I'm saying this notorious, because the old game that came out 3 months before Tribes did. Actually, they were supposed to come out the same day as the Tribes original launch, but Tribes got delayed, and they came out, and they took a lot of the Naruto base with them. The game was pretty huge, to be honest. But when I joined, there were also 157 servers. So that's got to tell you the fact that they're never planning to make a global game. They'll launch it out in different province or in different countries, so everybody can play it. So I believe everyone should have access to this. If you look up Will of Shinobi, everyone will have access to it. But the thing is, it's not a global server, so everyone will be scattered everywhere on different servers. It doesn't mean people can't mishmash. Like I played with European players all the time on my server. I ran the entire alliance and guild, but as you can see here, they go back to all the way beginning of Naruto, so there is quite a bit of content that they do cover. So that's why I kind of wanted to go through this with you guys a little bit here. So yeah, so there's Asuma, and yeah, let's just go back into the game here. Let's kind of take a look. So I'm going to go through the options. There's a leveling pack here. Obviously, you can get it. Gives you there's a stamina up there. There's a stamina base game. There's a daily login as usual, and then there is other options here too as well too. Like there you go, the recharge system where they give you the VIP. The more you buy, the better. Every day you can log in and get this free one, but there's more options in the bottom. There's daily limits, weekly limits, monthly limits. There's your 7-day login. Obviously, you log in 7 days, you get my guy. So they give you an S rank right away, at least after 7 days. And then this is the discounted sale and the cumulative recharges. And this is what I was referring to. This is where they get you. This is the exact same setup as the last game. So the more you spend, the more they give you. And they just keep doing this to every character banner that comes out. So be aware of this, guys. It is a trap. There's a 50% discount purchases. They're always available. It is a trap money-wise. And the avatars are the same, the whole setup. This game is pretty much a carbon copy, even music-wise and everything. I know you guys can't hear it, but due to copyrights, I can't put it on. So you can try that yourself. There's the wheel. They had that as well. So everything about this game, guys, is pretty much a stolen, unlicensed product. But again, they last a very long time. So it doesn't mean just because it's not a Bandai product that you can't enjoy it. You can go ahead and still play this. And if you guys want me to continue covering this, I will 100% cover it. We'll do gameplay. When I unlock a character, I'll actually show you guys how they work and where you can use them. We'll do some PvP if you want. Again, if you guys are interested in this content, I will continue to cover this along with Tribes until something better comes out. This is not, I'm going to say this real quick. This is not competition to Slugfest. Slugfest is more of an MMORPG where you can create your own shinobi, right? This game is more of it's like a mixed bag of everything that you want in a Naruto game, with a lot of unlicensed products and stolen products. So like the artwork and all that is from Blazing, like I said. It is from Ultimate Storm, some of the cutscenes. So I mean, hey, you know what? Play it and enjoy it. So let's actually try a summon here. I'm going to show you guys how the fragment system works. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get a shinobi here. So here we go. It looks amazing, honestly, animation wise. I don't mind it. It shows all the different there you go. I got 2 fragments for Gaara. 2. You need 100 to unlock him, and that's my point right there, right? Like Two is crazy. On average, you get 5 or 4. Even then, that's pretty wild. And there you go. If you do all of these things, they'll give you a Tachi after doing that, which is an S rank, and you can actually get him up to 5-star and probably get him into SS territory as well too. So it looks like you can advance your Shinobi past that. All right, so here we go. Got a Ruka Sensei in there. Let's put him in. Let's go ahead and confirm, and we're actually gonna go ahead and try a. Oh, there you go. There's privilege rewards. So yeah, every day you log in, you see VIP 0, they'll give you an award for being a certain VIP. The more VIP you get, the better the rewards are daily. Again, recharge system, pay to win, pretty much what it's all about. That's pretty much it. Let's actually jump in and I'll show you guys some other videos I did for this real quick. Alright guys, so enough of the rant, here we go. I've actually advanced a little bit in the game. So here, I wanted to show you this real quick. So this is the hero system, right? So as I mentioned, as you rank up the heroes, they get their new forms, they get new skills, they get new stats, etc. And here's the Naruto version. He's the only one currently that has SS. And then there's Sasuke here that goes up to S, he goes up to Hebi, and then goes up to Susanoo. And then we have Sakura as well too. I'll show you the animation. Actually, animation wise, honestly, I dig it. It's pretty damn cool, I have to say. So enough knocking the game. Let's actually enjoy the game a little bit and tell you guys what it's about. So there's Sakura, there's the Shippuden version of her, and then there's the strength of 100. So we don't have any of these other characters right now. We only have Naruto, and in the beginning you're only using Kid Naruto. So we'll say Teen Naruto. I got Hinata for unlocking the first world. You get enough fragments to unlock her. So now I've got Hinata in Ruka Sensei, and we're gonna jump in there, and I'm gonna show you guys a couple of battles, what you're kind of looking into, and how you use your partners, essentially what they do for you. Okay. And again, guys, if you guys are enjoying this and you guys want me to cover it, I will actually go ahead and cover it. And there you go. So I'm currently hunting for these Jonin necklaces, which you can get. Of course, gear is an important part of this game. It helps you do more damage, survive more, etc. And as I mentioned, there's normal mode, there's elite mode, and then there's boss mode. Each one dropping different gear, becoming significantly harder, obviously, and it takes time to unlock them. But yeah, let's get into this here, and we'll try to continue. And again, it's on auto for me, so we're just gonna do basic attacks. And as you can see, my skills are on cooldown right now, but Hinata and Ruka Sensei are not, because I'm not using their specials. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys real quick how that works. But let's just do a couple of these fights here, and then we'll get to the boss, and we'll go ahead and maybe pop some of their skills. And that's the kind of part I don't like about this. I kind of do wish that the auto system was a little more intelligent in terms of using this proper skills at the proper time, or just using skills in general would have been nice, but they don't, and that kind of annoys me. So it does kind of involve you to kind of play the game even when you're on auto, right? Which to some people is great, because it takes away the whole, like, you know what, I do nothing in this game, what's the point? So you can click a few buttons and control what's happening, but to others, we're kind of like, what's the point of auto if it's not built right? So anyways, you guys can see my special jutsus up there. You can see that it's a Kage Bunshin no Jutsu. So there's Hinata's special. I just did it right there. So she does her spinning palms, and there's Ruka Sensei's. So they have a massive cooldown. So your partners will always have a massive cooldown, guys. So before using their specials, make sure you understand what you're doing. And there you go. I did a Kage Bunshin. You can see there's an extra shadow clone there now. I've got 3, and that's pretty much it, guys. So there's a couple stages I wanted to show you. Again, if you're interested in me covering this, let me know, and I'll continue doing so. Outside of that, Will of Shinobi will be available on Android. I'll put the link down below, and I'll link to my boy Shiney as well, who's covering this. All right, everybody, have a good day.